So as you probably know, in 10.3 version, we have our build server running as a separate Java process once you launch RSA RTE. And to control the options of the Java process, you can go to the build transformation preference page and see what is their port it is running at and what are their arguments of the virtual machine itself. And right now, if I will use a simple J console, that is the part of my JDK, I can attach to the model compiler as a separate process and see that there is a memory that is already used by this process in addition to the RSA RT Eclipse instance. So now it's around 70 megabytes, and the maximum value by default is 4 gigabytes. And so this process is started per instance. It means that if I will have 2 instances of RSA RT, I will have 2 Java processes that will consume 70 megabytes each. But this is only for its idle time, so it doesn't do anything so far. And what I will try to do right now, I will start to invoke a build operation. So the most common one is just to build. But when you do the transform, when you do navigation from GCGS to the model elements and so on, the build server receives the task to process. So right now I press build, and to perform the build, it actually loads the part of the model to this separate process. So now you see I'm using 126 megabytes. By this model compiler, it actually freed all the static buffers. So when if I will force their garbage collector, it will go down to the 30 megabytes. However, this gap, this memory, is not guaranteed to be returned to the operation system. And it means that if model compiler consumed around 4 gigabytes, which is this maximum limit by default, to do their building of the large TC, it won't return it back, and it will just be allocated until the RSA RT instance is shut down. However, if you're working with multiple instances or you have a specific multi-user development environment where it is crucial to return back this allocated memory to enable this sharing of their physical resources, their ideal situation is to restart this server, the build server, if there were no build operations for some time, for some idle time of the build server. It means that user can go somewhere and doing other things, or just forgot to shut down this specific instance on his computer, and to actually to set up their idle time for RSA RT build server, we introduced the new preference. It is located in the build transformations preference page and called restart build server on idle time in minutes, and default value is 30 minutes to wait for no operation received by the build server to get it restarted. But if I will modify it for 1 minute, it will also tell me that I need my tool to be restarted. So it is assumed that you set it once for all your users, and then you just go with this. And if this instance is no longer in use, especially the build, operations, so it won't allocate any additional memory except the minimum it takes when it's launched. As you saw at my computer, it was right now it's around 60 megabytes. So any questions on this?